Kings Country at kingscountry.net. Of course, we're coming to you from Southeast Texas, where country is king, Beaumont, Texas, to be precise. We've been dealing with some wicked weather the last 4 or 5 days here, like the rest of Texas, in a deep freeze. Luckily, you've never lost power so far, knock on wood, here at King of the Road Productions. But we are having water issues. There's a boil notice still in effect, as far as I know. The good news is there's light at the end of the tunnel. In fact, the sun is out today. We have one more hard freeze tonight. It's supposed to get down to about 26. Then it'll be green lights and blue skies from then on out, warming up. By next week, it should be in the 70s during the day. Anyhow, a guy in Austin named Ryan Sivley has been driving around in his truck looking for cars stuck in the snow and helping people get them out. He also gives people rides if they need one, and in just 2 days this week, he helped over 140 people. 98 on Monday and another 47 on Tuesday.
I've been helping anybody I find on the side of the road. I had nylon recovery straps and chains, and I have 2 trucks that are four-wheel drive, pulling people off the road and giving people safe rides. A lot of people are really upset because they have no electricity or water. I've actually taken families from one home to another just so they have utilities. Put yourself in their shoes. If you were sitting on the side of the road with your wife and your kids and you're freezing in a car and it's not running and you don't have anywhere to go and you don't have anyone to call, if I was in that spot, I'd beg and hope somebody would help me. So that's what I'm doing.
Kings Country at kingscountry.net with Bon Jovi and Jennifer Nettles. Do what you can. And trying is for people to expect to fail. I love that saying. I've always loved that one. It's Jim King of the radio. Time to pay some bills. We just stop and do that once per hour. Tell your friends about that. The rest of the time, it's all killer and no filler with the most magnificent country music mix on the planet 24/7 and 365. Thanks for listening.
Listen for King of the Road.
Yeah, King of the Road rules. Yeah. King of the Road. Yeah. You guys rule, man.
Texas Hot Country Magazine is one of the oldest magazines in the Houston area and affiliated with 2 Houston radio stations, the new 93Q and Country Legends. Kings Country at kingscountry.net. Needless to say, it's been downright blustery in Beaumont and all of Texas. You've been seeing it on the national news. We had a major meltdown, lost power in millions of homes. It's due to our independent electric grid and the fact that they haven't winterized it like they should. I guess they've been cutting corners. Maybe they can get that bad boy fixed and so this doesn't happen again. Winterize, folks. They can do that for windmills and other energy sources as well. I think wind energy is only like 10% of the energy here in Southeast Texas. So we don't have to tell you it's cold out there. It's been cold all week. And since he can't perform outdoors right now, we thought we'd bring in a local street musician into the studio to perform. My sidekick, Ninja the Cat, says it's all right. Here's Frosty Johnson, folks.
It's friggin' cold. It's friggin' cold. We're all wrapped up like frozen burritos. It's friggin' cold. It's friggin' cold. The world's an igloo. We're now all Eskimos. Hey, Mother Nature, you pay the power bill or what? If so, could you kindly turn the thermostat up? It's friggin' cold. It's friggin' cold. On the lawn, my dog just dropped a fudgesicle. It's friggin' cold. It's friggin' cold. If cold was old, it's Madonna cold. So friggin' cold, my toes may never thaw, but they're still warmer than the current state of Rush Limbaugh. It's friggin' cold. It's friggin' cold. Jack Frost said screw this and moved to Puerto Rico. It's friggin' cold. It's friggin' cold. More frigid than the wife of an ex-president we all know. Icier than Kanye and Kim Kardashian, but not as cold as the career of the chick from The Mandalorian. That's cold. It's friggin' cold. It's friggin' cold. It's friggin' cold.
Kings Country at kingscountry.net. Of course, we're still dealing with this COVID-19. I'm proud to report that I'm going up to Jasper to get shot number 2 of my Moderna vaccines for COVID-19. That is, if they have the vaccine. It could get held up because of the storm we've had this week. Hopefully not, knock on wood, here at King of the Road Productions. And do you ever get angry at people for not taking COVID restrictions as seriously as you do? I do occasionally. According to a new survey, 10% of us say they get angry about that a lot, and 40% say they sometimes feel that way. When you see mask holes at the grocery store, people that don't refuse to wear a mask and want to start a fight over it, that kind of stuff. Anyway, also 2 people from Louisiana tried to bribe an airport screener in Miami with $3,000 to let them skip the quarantine. The screener turned down the money and told the police, and the cops arrested both for bribery. How about dating? The pandemic just might change dating for good, according to a new survey. 54% of single people say they now prefer meeting people through online dating versus in person. Also, 6% of single people say there's a point in the past year where they stopped dating entirely. Good things to ponder while you're sipping on your coffee this morning. Second cup of job of going down the hatch here at King of the Road Productions. Excuse me. Nothing but a good cup of Jaffa to get you going on a TGIF edition. King's Country, kingscountry.net. Streaming from the studios of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas, with Miranda Lambert, Bring Me Down. Hope to bring you up, lift you up with the Jim King of the TV show every weekend. Episode number 758 set to debut tomorrow morning at 6:30 on the CW. It'll air again Saturday night at 9:30 on Fox 4, KBTV here locally, and again Sunday at 12 noon on the CW. It's a rock and blues episode with my good friend Larry Tillery back in the Royal Spotlight, thanks to Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches. Have the Southeast Texas debut of Bailey Littrell's new video as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. Bailey Littrell is the son of Brian Littrell of Backstreet Boys fame. And we'll kick it off with the late, great Johnny Winter from right here in Beaumont, Texas. Once again.
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
Does it feel like home here in Southeast Texas?
Sure. Yeah, I lived, 20 years here, so it definitely feels like home.
It's a unique place, isn't it?
It certainly is.
It's a great music scene here, too.
There always has been good music around here.
Yeah, your brother Edgar told me one time that when he moved to New York City, the music scene was like comparing chicken soup to seafood gumbo.
Yeah.
The music scene was so much better here.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. Well, we saw you guys, I think it was in 2005, you and Edgar got on stage here at the Beaumont Civic Center. Have you done any shows together since then?
Oh, yeah, sure, a lot. Several.
Yeah, and I think he was also on your album Roots.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, he played on Honky Tonk.
Is he going to play on this next album?
No, he's not on the next one.
Okay. Appreciate your time. I love your crown up there. Yeah. A couple of rattlers. Where'd you get that?
Yeah, I bought it in Miami.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, man. Keep rocking.
All right.
One of the greatest guitar players of all time. I think Rolling Stone said you were top 100.
Yeah. See, I didn't like my place. I was like 60. I thought I should have been in the top 10.
We think you got to be number one.
Yeah, I'd like that, too. Can I go home? thank you. Good luck with the school, bro.
That's Johnny Winter. Check him out this Saturday night at 9:30 on Fox 4 KBTV, the big primetime airing. Of course, he is from Beaumont, Texas, and I'll be streaming those segments tomorrow at some point at JimKingOfTheRoad.com so you can watch them on demand. But you're listening to King's Country, and we do appreciate it. KingsCountry.net. King's Country at KingsCountry.net. Of course, we're still dealing with the aftermath of this major winter storm that's rolled through Texas, the Lone Star State. Last time I saw, about 200,000 folks still don't have electricity in their homes. But Tanya Tucker's house in Texas was still without water yesterday. So she scooped a bunch of snow from the yard and used it to flush the toilets. Listen to her talk about it here.
So this is what we're having to do because we have no water. We've had probably 5 or 6 inches of snow. And just taking it and putting it in this thing, and then we're going to be able to flush our toilets now. And we didn't have any electricity. We just came up back on. So we're going to quickly try to melt this.
Tanya Tucker's toilet. I bet it does a royal flush. Hear, hear.
And now, back to irregular programming.
King's Country, KingsCountry.net. One of the highlights of my show is always those King of the Road adventures. They're kind of iconic. My benchmark bit. That's coming up in the next break. Stay with me on the Jim King of the Radio Show. We're going to go backstage to a concert. Remember concerts? Those novel items? We're going to go backstage and talk to Texas country troubadour Casey Donahue in the next break. But thanks for streaming King's Country at KingsCountry.net. It's coming up, and you get to ride shotgun.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's
King of the Road. Backstage in Beaumont with Texas country troubadour Casey Donahue.
But you know that I'll be fine until the next time that the phone will ring. The next time you hear me sing. The next time that our eyes will meet. You sweep me off my feet. Next time, well, I won't be alone. You said you'd come back home. Until the next time.
Casey Donahue, great to see you back in Southeast Texas.
It's good to be back.
Has it been a while since you've been in our neck of the woods?
It seems like it has. We were talking about earlier. It's been at least over a year since we were in Beaumont proper, so we're glad to be back.
And a lot of things have happened, and even a new tour bus, a Palace on wheels out there. That's a nice bus, man.
I appreciate it. We got to custom order one and build it specifically for us. So yeah, we were excited.
Racking up a lot of miles these days.
Man, we've had it a year, and we did about 85,000 miles last year.
Wow.
Wow.
This concludes our special broadcast. We now return to Nothing Special.
Every little thing.
King's Country at KingsCountry.net. I'm loving this weather report. Looks like it's going to heat up in Southeast Texas. Finally, one final freeze tonight. Going to get down to 26 degrees. Then there's going to be a warming trend, be in the 70s. By later on next week, it's going to be beautiful, and we've earned this. I'm looking forward to that. Hey, it's taste test time here on the Jim King of the Radio Show, TGIF edition. Ashley McBride did an amazing performance of Sparrow on last Saturday's Live at the Opry. Check this out.
Sparrow, oh, you wouldn't trade nothing for the way it feels to fly. It ain't fair, though, how you miss the ground when you're out here in the sky. Higher than you've ever been, and lonely like you've never been. Waiting on the wind to take you home.
King's Country, KingsCountry.net. In case you hadn't noticed, the national news has been all about Texas this last few days. All the people that lost power and water. Major disaster happening in the Lone Star State. At least for now, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You probably heard about this. Texas Senator Ted Cruz is in the hottest seat of all of frozen Texas after he left his state left the Lone Star State during winter storm emergency conditions to take off with his family to Cancun, Mexico. He made an immediate about-face and returned home early.
Today's show is brought to you by Ted Cruz's early spring break party. Live from Cancun.
Yes, sir!
Why be stuck in the white snow when you can be in the white sand of Mexico? Ted Cruz's early spring break party.
Some restrictions apply. Penalty for early return.
Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest fares as low as $59 one way.
This is pathetic.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. That's the end of the road for the Jim King of the Road show. Jim King of the Radio for a TGIF edition. Join me Monday. Keep between the ditches and join me Monday. Same time, same station, 10-ish on King's Country, kingscountry.net this coming Monday morning. But you can listen to the King's Country for the most magnificent country music mix 24/7 and 365. If you get a chance, watch the Boob Tube this weekend. Brand new episode of the Jim King of the TV show will be featuring Johnny Winter, the late, great Johnny Winter, who was born and reared right here in Southeast Texas. He'll be the highlight of the show tomorrow morning at 6:30 on the CW, then Saturday night at 9:30 on Fox 4, and again, final airing Sunday on the CW at 12 noon. For those of you outside of Southeast Texas, I'll be posting the segments so you can watch them on demand at JimKingOfTheRoad.com tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Keep between the ditches and have a good one. Talk to you Monday.